welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the 11 plate 97,000 mile 1.2 lounge. We're going to crack on now with getting everything that we can done and dusted on this car, which hopefully isn't too much at all. So yeah, let's just get cracking on this. Right, so I'm going to crack on with the dent in the passenger rear quarter panel here. Was going to do the pulling method on this. Never done it before, but been watching the old YouTube, seeing whether or not you can literally just hoik it out with a couple of bangs. Bought the equipment from AliExpress, and on the first go, it pulled out the dent. I was quite chuffed with that. It left a couple of little sort of dinks in there, so I used a smaller gluing tool on the little dinks, and used the different sort of pulling tool to try and pull those out as well. This again, this was Amazon, and obviously uses the pressure where it just keeps, you just keep pulling and and when it supposedly returns to its normal place, then it effectively loses adhesion, and the little plastic tab comes off. So you can see here that I'm applying that and doing it again just to make sure that everything is good. It doesn't cause any real problems to the paintwork. If you've never done it before, it's pretty easy to do. It's just a glue gun, which you tack the glue to the tab, and then yeah, just basically just wind it up, tension it, and then just hopefully watch it come back into place. You see as it's building the tension, and then it pops. So with that done, you can see that it's brought that rear panel back in, so there's no need to go to the body shop. And all done for, I think, you know, with all the tools and equipment, maybe all in, it's about £30 worth of tools, I think, to do that. There's a bit of painting that needed to be done, but that was with a little touch up. But other than that, yeah, I was quite chuffed with the results of that one. It was one less thing to worry about. Right, we are going to attempt to take this off, and then we're going to see what the damage is underneath. I've already done the bolts, so let's have a look at what we're faced with, what's bent or what's broken. Right. I'm trying to see what looks broken at the moment. I can't see anything significant like I was expecting.
Not sure. It's all a bit, yeah. I mean, potentially we just get the whole thing replaced and then take it from there. But I'm not 100% sure at the moment what's decided to go. So, okay. In an ideal world, you always hope that you can see something, but there we go. Right, well, at least it's off, so we'll crack on with all the work that we've got to do. Okay, so we are at the end of day one. I've thrown a couple of hours into it. I'll quickly run through sort of what we've done so far. So the dent's gone from that, and I've applied the first layer of paint to that corner. That's going to need another layer because that's gone right down to the it's gone quite deep. Right, so that's that side. Now this side, so I've removed pretty much every single bolt from the bonnet, but this one here, probably because where it's taken a hit, is really difficult to get to, or it's just not going, it's not undoing it. So I don't know if it's threaded or whether it's just the angle that it's at, but basically, yeah, I need to work on that one. I might have to grind that off eventually, but we've removed everything from in here as well, so we need to start looking at getting a replacement bottom wishbone as well, and then we need to start working on getting through this seal. So I've unbolted pretty much the wing as well, and then so that wing can come off. Then the bonnet, so I've decided I'm going to try and fill that rather than lose the whole bonnet, so I don't really want to do that. I'm basically, the way I've described this is I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I have a new bonnet already in the back of the car. If it does work, fantastic, but ideally I don't want to lose this bonnet because the rest of it's absolutely fine, there's no issues with it. So I've just already applied some of it. I'm probably going to then do another layer of it and then sand that and then paint it, and then we'll see how we go. Primer it and then paint it. Oh yeah, we've taken these off, but I'm going to need a prying tool to pop these off. So I'll get around to doing that, and then these can be repainted because this is the issue up here. So it's kind of been an unbolting day really so far today. So I think I'll head off home, get something to eat and drink, and then probably come back again maybe tomorrow, see what we can do tomorrow, because this has all got to come off anyway, because in order to change the bottom wishbone we've got to remove the lower crash arm and everything anyway. This headlight, I thought it was just one lug, but actually I think the bottom lug has gone from down there as well, so we've lost 2 lugs, but I'm hoping that we can just put those back on because the actual headlight itself is in pretty good nick, just needs a proper clean up. And yeah, that's it. And then I have to see how the weather goes, because with the seats, need a good day for sun for those to dry out. And I think that's it really. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a minute and go on to day 2. Okay, so we are back on the lounge, day 2, and what have we done? So let's start off. So we've got the wing off, we've removed the sealant from in here and around the bolt so we can get that off. So the wing itself has not been reattached, but it's just to make sure that everything sits all right and that none of this sealant is getting in the way. But that will effectively be attached soon, so that's good. Colour match is pretty good as well, but yeah, so this just will like open up this gap a bit and everything like that. So that is the wing shortly to be ready to go. If we look down here on the bumper, slowly started to get this off, but haven't really put a massive amount of effort into it. That will come off. That appears to be tyre marks, but I think we are going to potentially need a slight spray on this side here. There's a bit of a bulge here if we look, and we're missing a chunk here, but my plan is to, I've got some old bumpers, so my plan is to cut a small bit off the bumper and then plastic weld it onto there. It's not the end of the world, but it just makes the car look a bit neater. So that is the bumper. We're still nowhere down the line in here for working out exactly what's gone on and what's bent. I've sent the images to Love 500 and another guy called Alex. We've had a look at it. It's a gold mine. Can't really see where the problem lies, to be honest with you. So it could be just a case of we just start replacing stuff and then see how we get on after we've replaced it. Yeah, it's just not 100% sure where we're at with this, which is a shame. But I'm sure it could simply be that we get the arm and then we just get tracking done and it just brings the towing back in. Because when I drove this about a mile down the road to get here, there was no clanging, there's no knocking, there was no scraping metal, there was absolutely nothing at all. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So, but yeah, so that is pretty much this corner, which is the main corner of where the accident has happened. Okay, so still working on the bonnet, hence why we've got this lovely piece of wood here, because I wanted to work on the bonnet on a more evenly slope. So we've used some dolphin glaze to try and flatten that and then try and sand that back, but that's obviously a work in progress at the moment. The headlight came out, all lugs are broken on that, but we've got a lug kit that's come, so that will be for the top and the side there, but otherwise that will do just fine. So that's that. The wheels were pretty scratched, although, so this wheel here is the driver's side where the accident occurred, and it's really not had much of a incident on the alloy at all. So what I've done is I've just applied some filler to the scuffs and then I'll sand those back down and then do a repaint. So this tyre is the passenger side, and this was scraped to buggery, like big time. So I've started doing some filler on this, and then sand that back as well to get that looking a lot better, and then that can have us respray as well. The window wipers have been resprayed because if you can remember in the first video, this one here was basically flaked off, so we've gone with a respray. That takes 24 hours to dry. So that's pretty much it for day 2. The interior has still got to be cleaned, but I'm going to pretty much leave that, I think, towards the end. And yeah, still unsure. I'm really hoping I don't have to use this bonnet, because it's, at the moment, it's taking £100 profit out of the car if I can just sort the top of that. And that's it really. This charging, the TomTom charging jack that you see here, it's an interesting one, because I don't think a lot of people would use it nowadays to charge or to use the TomTom. Everyone just uses their phone, but you can still get the cradle, I'm sure, if you look hard enough on eBay or go to Fiat, and then you can potentially get the cradle. But although it would be a nice selling point, that's long gone. Either the auction company took it. To be fair, probably most likely that the owner either never got one and it was an optional extra, or they've got it and it's at home. So yeah, that's it really. That's going to be it for day 2. I think that's it. Oh, we've got a slight issue, which I thought I'd looked at previously, but up here, potentially, this has all been cut, as you can see, or it's all coming away. It could be that these wires are buggered, because look, it's had a strap put on. So I'm going to take that off and have a look at the wiring and see whether or not there's a problem with the wiring. But hopefully everything works. The pipe's going to go on. Cam belt was done. There was a stick on here, but I've removed it so I can clean it up and stick it on there properly. Cam belt was done 9,000 miles ago, so I think that's still good. That's good. It'd be nice to try and get some form of record for that. I think that's it. So yeah, I've got to go on holiday for a week, so I will come back and some work might be done on it whilst I'm away. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. But hopefully, again, this will be a relatively quick job, but that's the concern down there at the moment. So yeah, I'll let you guys crack on, and I will return again with day 3. Okay, so we're on to day 3, which is like a week, just over a week I think, since the last update on the car. And the rain has just been absolutely horrendous, so it's quite difficult to get things going and maintain it as well. So we've put on the new pipe that's clipped in. Had a slight, really strange issue with the wiper blade. Basically, whether you're not, repainted those and then put on the wiper blade. And the wiper blade that's come on the car is something like 26 inches long or something, and it basically came out to about here, And basically, when you then flicked up the windscreen wipers, they were smashing in against each other. So a bit peculiar. So I've had to go and buy. I'm waiting on some more to turn up to replace that one, which will be a lot shorter, which will come in like here. So yeah, and then can then screw them down, put those back on. These here. Headlights I've still got to renovate, because you can see that they're very misty. This one particularly bad. And we've pretty much, so the wing is on and it's all in place. The only thing I will say is now potentially we have 3 different colours of white, and it started off with what I believe this is the original panel here, and it's obviously oxidised over the 10 or so years and become ever so slightly yellowish, which is pretty much what's happened. Then this door potentially is not the original. The only reason why I say is it's a whiter, it's just slightly whiter. You can see slight difference in colour. I don't know when that would have been done, but clearly that was not done on an insurance. But that's been put on, and then obviously we then put on the wing. So actually these two are probably closer because they're whiter. And then we've got the slight yellow, which is a shame, but unfortunately that's what happens when you end up putting panels onto Fiat 500s in white, that you get that slightly white, sort of slightly yellow oxidization, which I don't really think I've tried like polishing it out, I've tried everything, and I can't really ever get rid of it. It's really quite difficult. So yeah, so we've done that. And then down on the bumper we've got predominantly most of that black stuff off. It's potentially is going to maybe need a minor spray and touch up still around certain areas like there and here as well. And then we've got to work on this side, but the problem we've got at the moment is because of the weather, just trying to get a nice clear day and to have a dry day at the moment. It's quite difficult. So yeah, and then what I'm working on at the moment is the interior, where as you can see from here it's very dirty, and these seats probably don't really give, the camera reacts a bit weirdly to the checkered seat, but they're quite dirty. But I've already done this one, and you can probably see the difference as opposed to this one. So I'm going to crack on with that, and then yeah, we're slowly coming to the end. Slowly, bear in mind that we've still not sorted down there as well, which is a whole new conundrum. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with the seats. Right, so the seats are done, and I'm not going to bother showing you all of that, but that's the grime that's come out of it. Looking good. It's always a good sign, isn't it? And the seats have been done. They're now just going to have to dry, which in this sort of damp weather is going to take a good while. That seat might need doing again. Just might need doing again. I'm not 100% sure. It's just looking a bit, I don't know if it's the damp. Until it dries, just not 100% sure whether that's wet or whether that needs another going over, because they're quite dirty. So the interior, well, the seats are pretty much done. So in between these lovely rain showers where we're constantly having to shut everything up, still got this work to be done, but again, I can probably sand that when I get the right sandpaper come through. So I'm just waiting on an order, and then I can sand that, and as I say, give it a shot, see how we go, and then if it's really bad, I can just replace the bonnet, because I've got a spare one. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of today's video. We're pretty much there, to be honest. I know it's not the most exciting project in the world, and there's nothing major to be done, but hopefully we'll be getting there. So yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch up with you all again soon. Don't forget at the end, if you're still around, to hit the thumbs up button, and it all helps with gaining more subscribers to the channel. So yeah, until next time, see you all later.